Hey everyone, Donnie here with Paleo Track Survival. I did a free workshop the other day on primitive weapons, how to employ them, how to make them, and some pretty interesting questions came up specifically about some of the throwing sticks, rapid sticks, NRBs, non-returning boomerangs, karis, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's a stick, you throw it at your prey animal, and you hope for the best. A couple questions came about, how did I make them? What were they made of? Some of the designs on them. What was my overall process? So what I was going to do is take a quick minute, kind of address some of those questions, and then supply the world with some information about the rabbit stick. So first and foremost, I got a couple rabbit sticks here. I got a beaver pelt. This is just, I'm going to use this for a target later on, do a little stick throwing, and we'll kind of go from there. So rabbit sticks are, that's what I'll just kind of refer to them, are really up to your imagination, however you decide to make them, however you decide to employ them. I have a variety of shapes and sizes, from kind of the small all the way down to the large. This is just a small one. It's made out of scrub oak. It's flattened on one side, so they're beveled on these edges. It allows me or a smaller person to basically have a pretty reliable hunting tool. It's a small one. Now, moving up from that, I have another one. Again, this is out of scrub oak. I like scrub oak because it grows in these natural bends. Remember, these bends there's some good solid knots that kind of hold the shape, hold in place. And this is, it's pretty much the tip of my fingers to the middle of my forearm, flattened on one side, beveled on the edges, and you throw it. From that one, I have a little bit larger one. Again, piece of scrub oak, beveled on the edges, flattened on one side, and you rest it up on your shoulder, give it a toss. Now, how I go about making these is relatively simple. It's not rocket science by any means, but find a piece of scrub oak that's either down or needs to be removed. I take it on those ends, give myself another inch or two just to kind of work it down. I cut it down with an adze or some sort of primitive tool, and then from there I'll find a nice piece of obsidian or dacite or novaculite, remove a flake off of it, and then I will actually use that flake as a draw knife to remove all the bark, to remove all of the meat on the inside, so I get that desired shape. Once I get that desired shape, I take your standard piece of sandstone or rough abrasion stone, and I work it just like regular sandpaper. I'll take the backside and I'll hold a piece of stone in between my legs and just work it like it's a piece of sandpaper, and I'll get that refined edge. Now, these aren't, crafted by modern means. These are meant to be made out in the field as something that I can use to increase my odds of taking some game. One that I kind of consistently carry with me is this one. Again, this is scrub oak, processed down the same way. I cut it down, ground it out the edges, flattened off the back, and it works exceptionally well. So I have several sizes, as you can clearly see, that all have a different purpose. This one, this larger one, I might use this one for a larger flock of birds. It's got a little bit more depth. When I rest it on my shoulder and I give it that toss, that lateral toss, improving this one, it's covering an area this big, flying, and I might be able to hit something. This little guy right here might be something I want to move across the ground relatively easy, because maybe my target, my intended prey, is in a small little window between two trees, top of a rock, whatever the case may be. It gives me that advantage. Now, I don't always carry all these with me, but I typically carry these two with me. This one's a little bit bigger. I like how it flies. I like its design. It's just the one that I've been using. And I like this little guy right here. Flat side on palm, rest up on the shoulder, and you throw. So what I recommend is, if you're wanting to learn more, like some of the students that I had recently want to learn more about rabbit sticks, you got to get out there and you got to make one. Find a piece of scrub oak, find a down tree, find a branch that's got a weird configuration, cut it off on the ends, use whatever modern tools that you want, and start to play with it. You don't even have to grind it down or sand it down. You can keep it as is, understand how it flies, understand how it works, and use it as such. You can take birds out of trees, you can take ground squirrels, pocket gophers, prairie dogs, raccoons, skunks, you name it. One of these rabbit sticks with a well-aimed shot can really do some damage. So bottom line, it's a way, not necessarily the way, and it's your way. However you determine and however you decide to make your rabbit stick, get out there and do it. these work exceptionally well. I challenge you to do so. So stay tuned. I'm going to throw a few of these, kind of show you how they fly, and we'll go from there. Hey, Donnie here. We're going to throw a couple of these rabbit sticks at this beaver pelt behind me. What I want to do is take a quick second, kind of show you how I go about employing these. The best way, but a way, not necessarily the way, please excuse the wind, is that when you're actually walking up on your prey animal, you want to rest that rabbit stick up on your shoulder. The reason why is most prey animals, rabbits, squirrels, things along those lines, they use their visual acuity to actually pick up where potential threats are. So the more movements that you do, the more likely it is that you are to scare away. So if you approach your prey animal slowly, quietly, accurately, it allows you to have your rabbit stick cocked for the most and fire it from your shoulder. You're not dropping down, going sideways. You're identifying where your target is and throwing from your shoulder laterally, getting that spin that you want on that actual rabbit stick. I usually carry one behind me in my pants or in my belt loop, and then as I've got an early indication of a prey animal in the distance, I'll slowly pull it out and I'll kind of move it up in a way that makes sense, get it rested up. There's no specific way how to do it. You can pull it out and throw it up, but as you approach that animal, that's where you kind of want to get cocked and ready and get ready to go into action. So I'll keep the camera rolling. You can see the beaver pelt over there. I'll grab the rest of these sticks and we'll take a shot. Nice. Good. All right, so I moved out to a little bit more of an open area. This place you might see a flock of birds nesting, or maybe something moving through these lower elevations to, you know, you can use it as a prey animal. Take a shot. Try and get it out around center mass out there. One. There's two. So that's it, down and dirty, about, you know, 35, 50 yards. It's not bad. You're just increasing your odds every time you take a shot, right? Went off to the right. Kind of slipped a little bit. Here's the... Hey everyone, that concludes this video on rabbit sticks. Hopefully you're walking away with a new tool to put in your tool bag. If you want to learn more about rabbit sticks, hunting with primitive weapons, survival with a Paleolithic approach or a minimalist approach, look me up on paleotracksurvival.com. We've got a variety of courses run all year long, winter, summer, spring, fall. Don't be shy. If you got any comments, feel free to throw them in there. And remember, it's a way, not necessarily the way. And you make it your own way. All right? Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.